Good evening and welcome to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone Basketball Edition. This is our kickoff episode of the Wednesday night show that we did during the fall with the football teams in the county. This is the kickoff event for basketball, and we're going to give you a little rundown of how Wednesday night shows go. Firstly, I'm Landon Sechrist. I'm the host with WKOM Radio and the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll have Drake Pugh here, my colleague, up here in a second. Tonight we're going to talk to our unit schools in the county. We've got Culleoka Unit School, Santa Fe Unit School, and Hampshire Unit School. We have 7 total schools in the county that play basketball. We've got those 3 schools along with Battle Creek High School, Mount Pleasant High School, Spring Hill High School, and Columbia Central. Obviously, a little bit too long to have a Wednesday night show that features 7 schools, so we're just going to have 3 on tonight, and we're going to talk about them. The basketball season actually just kicked off last night for most of the teams here. Some haven't played their first game of the season yet, but we're going to talk and get a little early season pulse check with these teams, how they're going, how things are going, how if they played last night, how their first games went. And just before that, on Saturday, myself and Drake Pugh here, we hosted the Murray County Public Schools Basketball Media Day, one of the first ever of its kind. We were here for 8 hours on Saturday.
Yes, we were. It was a long day.
We talked to all of the area coaches and players. It was a very fun time. We started off with the Columbia Central Lady Lions and their new coach, and we ended with the Columbia Central basketball boys team and their new coach. So
yes,
it was just a great event, great exposure for the athletes. So, Drake, just give the people out there listening and the people here at Puckett's just an idea of what a Wednesday night show is and kind of what we did during the football season.
All right. Well, this show, we've affectionately called it Home Cooked by Puckett's Restaurant. And how it's usually gone, because in the football season we had the 4 Murray County Public School football teams that were on the show with us, which that was Central, Mount Pleasant, Spring Hill, and Battle Creek. There it goes. And we would have each team come up, the players and coaches, and we would interview each of them about, usually about the game they just played and the game they were going to play that Friday. And, talk about the stats. And each week we would award a player of the week for offensive and defensive players.
Yep. And we'll get to that, too. We'll expand on that.
Yes, we will expand on that a little more.
Yep.
Because we're still going to be doing that throughout basketball season. But now, with basketball season, like Landon mentioned, we've got 7 schools to cover because the 3 unit schools also have basketball teams. And not only just the one, but there's also girls' basketball teams. So,
exactly.
So in total, we've got 14
basketball
teams to cover.
Yeah.
So, quite a lot. And tonight actually will be Santa Fe's debut on this show because they were not on the show. They were unable to be on the show on Saturday.
Correct.
So tonight will be their debut with us.
Yep.
So looking forward to having them on and talking with them.
Yep, and we're really excited just to include the unit schools with what we do here at the Front Porch Sports Network and WKOM Radio, because this was really just a test run during the football season to see how the community responded and the athletes responded to being up here on a panel. It's something that, wasn't done when I was an athlete in the county. It's a new experience for the coaches and the players, but it's great exposure. And now we get to expand that to the unit schools. And, we talked on Saturday, Drake, some of these schools have 150 kids in the entire high school. So, these are some smaller schools, and just to get this exposure to be up here on the panel like they were on Saturday, it's really great. I think it'll be a great time.
And, we were sitting here talking today about, just what these schools mean to us and all these different players. You and I are both Murray County natives, and you have relatives playing on these teams. You have cousins. I mean, you had a cousin last night playing. I mean, it's crazy. And my mom, Karen Pugh, is a former Culleoka Lady Warrior. So, these teams mean a lot to us. I mean, we're not just here to do a job. We're here because we have a passion for it as well. And for these, not just schools, but these athletes and the family. Yeah, it's all about family.
It definitely means a lot more than just being up here talking and also running audio. There's a responsibility to also give back to the community that once gave to us, I think, at least for me, and I think it's just a great opportunity. Like I said, I was an athlete in the county, and we didn't have this type of stuff when I was playing basketball, when I was playing football for Spring Hill. So it's really cool just to see and, be interviewed and be shown that people care.
Absolutely.
And people want to hear your voice. That's something that we're really trying to change. That, hey, these athletes, on the football field, they got helmets on. You might not be able to talk to them, but now you get to tune in on Wednesday nights, 101.7 WKOM, and you can hear them talk. You can know who Daniel Booker is. You can know who Stanley Williams Jr. is, and all the players, and segueing into the Player of the Week thing, Drake. But all the players that made names for themselves during football season because they were up here, because they became regulars, because they won our Player of the Week, because they got interviewed by us. It's just an avenue for recognition, I think. And so, Drake, tell everyone about the Player of the Week polls and what we do and what to expect going forward during basketball season.
So for the Player of the Week polls, we usually put those polls out on Monday, 2 days before the show. And we've usually had 4 people for the 2 categories. It'll be looking a little different for basketball. We still haven't gotten that 100% figured out yet, but that's going to be next show. It will all be ready to roll 100%. But for each of those, basically we reach out to the coaches for each team and ask for basically the players that did some of the best plays in those games.
Impactful.
The most impactful ones on the game, and the ones that had the most, had the audience going, wow, the most.
Exactly.
So that's what we do, and they send us their stats, and we put them on Facebook. That's where the polls are exclusively on Facebook only. And we advertise them on Instagram as well, but they are all, and Twitter, but they're only on Facebook. And you go on there and you can vote. And, what's the top numbers of votes we've gotten before? I'm not talking the top player. I'm talking about just in total.
Just speaking about that and the community impact on everything that we did with the Player of the Week polls, because that was also something that was really a trial that we were going to see, how would the community respond to, nominating some players and voting, and is it going to become a popularity contest and all those things that we kind of endured down the stretch during football season. We'll talk about that a little, but talking about the community engagement, it was really good because we had some polls that we would put out on a weekly basis that got 2,000-3,000 votes in the community, and that's just tremendous.
It is.
In a small community like Columbia, we have 4 football playing schools at the public school level, and to get 3,000 people clicking on something, whether you're aimlessly clicking or just voting for who you legitimately want to vote for, that's great.
It's a big deal.
It's great.
In Murray County, I've always kind of said, Culleoka, Columbia, Mount Pleasant, these areas, everybody knows everybody here. It really does. So, it's great to see everybody be recognized, and everybody, you see how much we're all connected.
Yeah, I 100% agree because, these communities are intertwined. We got now 7 schools, as you said, Drake. We got Santa Fe up in the west. We got Culleoka down in the east. We got Hampshire down in the southwest now being introduced into already what Mount Pleasant, Spring Hill, Battle Creek, and Columbia were already doing and participating in. So, our reach has expanded.
Yes, it has.
And not to say that this is about us and our engagement, and we're trying to engagement farm and all those things in terms. We're not trying to do that. But you think about it, we do a Player of the Week poll. We got 3,000 votes and those types of numbers during football season. It might be even bigger. It might be even bigger community participation now. Don't you think, Drake?
I think so, for sure, yeah. You never know who you're going to meet through all this.
Yeah, and, I think that the biggest thing, kind of talking about, Drake, next, what we do on Instagram and, kind of the exclusivity of Instagram, and tell the folks how to get to it, what it is.
Well, our Instagram, we've got 2 Instagram pages that Landon and I both got fired up here in the last 2 months. We have our Front Porch Sports Network Instagram, which has quite a big following now. It's... do you know how many followers we've got? It's been I hadn't checked it in the last day.
I will actually pull that up right now, Drake.
But Landon and I are both very active in running that account, and it's gone up.
We have 279 followers, and in the past 2 months, our total view count on the profile and our total engagement has reached over 100,000 people.
Which is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. We had an interview, and that's another thing we do. We do exclusive interviews exclusive to Instagram only on our Instagram page, post-game interviews we do with either we usually do it with one player that made
Yeah.
the best plays, and then we try to highlight another player.
Yeah, or two if, myself and you are both there. Drew.
Yeah, because usually you and I both interview. Yeah, and we only put that on the Instagram. And one of the ones we did recently had 11,000 views, I believe.
To expand on that just a little, during football season, it became playoff time. We try and capitalize on the moment. We were on site at Columbia Central for the game day show, Front Porch Sports Radio Hour. And we were there, and we have an opportunity to get post-game interviews and a win. Usually is when we do it. And, Daniel Booker just wound up having one of the greatest performances in Columbia Central football history. That deserves an interview.
It does.
We interviewed Daniel Booker, gave him that exposure that he needs and deserves after putting that performance up. And Daniel Booker got his personal brand out there much more than it already was.
Exactly. And that's the thing that's been great about the post-game Instagram interviews is it helps these players get their own following.
Yeah.
It really does because, I'll look on the Instagram and see where we post an interview, and it's got several shares just on random accounts from friends, from family, from just sports lovers. I mean, everybody. Yeah. It's incredible
and
just to see
all
all
that. It's the type
that.
of content that people, at least in the community on a sports level, that they want to see.
Exactly.
And that's the most important thing because, not that we're a marketing agency or anything like that, but it is pushing positivity within the community and highlighting the players and young ladies in this case that are now on the panel in basketball that play good, perform good, and are impactful in the games that they play.
Exactly. And we try to, highlight every player to a degree. We try to get, we want everybody to get recognized.
Yeah.
No matter, regardless of ability, we want you to be recognized. I mean, and I could speak for my mom and for my grandfather who passed away several years ago. They both were Culleoka Warriors. They didn't get that kind of recognition in sports. Never.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just like you were saying with yours, Culleoka basketball back then was not. I mean, it was just just a regular high school basketball program. That's all it was.
Exactly.
There was no. I mean, the radio station was here, but it didn't cover it back then.
You're exactly right. And just another example of that, and we keep referencing football because that's what we did before. We're now doing the basketball show. This is the kickoff event. This event right here, just talking about kind of giving each player their own shine. Battle Creek has a young team, very talented team. Stanley Williams Jr. is one of the impact players on that team. He's had several great games this season. And, Drake, we reached a point during the season where Stanley was getting a lot of recognition, and deservingly so. But in that same game, that particular game where me and you were both at, the quarterback, Colton Barber, threw 5 touchdowns to Stanley Williams. Now, Stanley gets all the credit because he's the one who scored 6, but who threw the passes? It was Colton Barber. So Colton Barber deserves to get interviewed.
He does.
That's the type of decision.
And that was a fun
made.
interview to do. I enjoyed doing that interview because he's a great kid and great player. I mean, if it had not been for him, Stanley wouldn't have gotten those touchdowns.
You're exactly right. So we it's not, and I want to hammer it home. It's not a popularity contest.
No.
We're not just doing it for clicks and trying to get the best player and just showing favoritism to the best players on each team. It's really about who is impactful to the game. And Drake, talk about, not to belabor the point about the conspiracies, but just the fact that our Player of the Week polls are not a popularity contest, and it is about supporting your respective player in the community. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, folks, I will reiterate that this is not a popularity contest. It never has, never will be.
Right.
If you want your player to win, you got to vote. And you got to get everyone you know to vote. I mean, you get your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, your grandma, your great-grandma, anybody you can think of, your best friend. Get them to vote. Yeah. That's the only way to get them to win is if they get the amount of votes. It's not.
That is true.
Because, I mean, I'm just going to speak for myself. I usually don't vote at all.
Yeah.
And because I don't, since I've worked for the station and all, and I'm there for all the games, I don't want to pick a favorite.
Right.
I just, it feels wrong for me to pick a favorite. So I usually don't vote because it's too hard for me.
Yeah.
But all of you folks out there listening and all of you here in the audience tonight, go vote.
Yep.
Vote for those players. Vote for the one you think is the best.
Yep.
And share it with everybody. You can share it on your social media everywhere. Just share it.
Definitely. And, I think, Drake, just to more so talk about tonight and what we're doing a little bit differently, just to reinforce what we talked about at the top of this, this is the basketball kickoff event. We had our media day, which featured a lot of the teams in the area.
8 hours on air, people.
But this is our first Wednesday night edition of Home Cooked by Buckets Restaurant that will feature some basketball teams. We're going to be on an alternating schedule.
Yep.
So we got the unit schools this week. The next week we have it. And this will all be advertised so people in the community know on our social media pages on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram when the next Wednesday night show is. But the next time it will be the bigger schools. We got Mount Pleasant, Battle Creek, Spring Hill. And then it'll alternate from there on out just to even it out and also to give people a little bit of their Wednesday night because no one wants to be here for that
Forever.
long of a show. And with respect to the players as well who are practicing.
Exactly.
And they're in the middle of a season. So we have to take that into account. But
and next week is,
Thanksgiving break. So
we will likely not be here next Wednesday.
So, just keeping all that in mind. So before we crank open our first segment, Drake, just give the people out there listening and the people in the crowd here at Puckett's an intro of who you are, and I'll intro who I am, just to show our credentials a little bit, that we're not just two talking heads and have been rambling for the past 15 minutes.
Well, I'm Drake Pugh. I was born here in Columbia, raised in Franklin, 2020 graduate of Fred J. Page High School, and 2024 graduate of Middle Tennessee State University. Go Raiders. I played basketball a long time ago for a rec league in Bethesda when I was very young. I was almost 20 years ago. And I am a former barbershop quartet bass singer and choral singer. So I've always had a passion for radio. Grew up in a sports family. Didn't really get into sports, though, until recently.
Yep.
So my dad is certainly very proud.
That's good. So, that's Drake. I'm Landon. I'm usually the host or co-host in some cases of the Wednesday night show. I've been a pretty consistent face. So is Drake during the football season, and I'm still here. We're still here for the basketball season. I went to Spring Hill High School. I graduated in 2021. I played football and basketball there. From there, I decided not to play college sports in any capacity. I decided I was going to go study broadcasting at Belmont University. I did some research. They have a really good program, and I wanted to be a part of that. And I was the sideline reporter for our ESPN broadcast there for 2 seasons for the men's and women's basketball teams who are currently playing right now against Lipscomb in the Battle of the Boulevard. That's why I'm wearing this Belmont on my chest, because we're going to whoop Lipscomb's butt, in my opinion. But needless to say, I have just a lot of experience in the sports media realm, photography, radio, broadcasting, all of that. So that's why you hear me talk a lot. I know my voice is just my voice. You're probably going to hear my voice a lot tonight. I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best to talk to the guests and let them talk. But, that's me.
Well, and we usually have another Drake that's up here on stage, and that's Drake Colley. I'm sort of substituting for him tonight in this, but something I forgot to mention, my credentials. I usually am the guy running the tech. I'm always behind the banner here.
Yeah.
I also studied broadcasting and media, and I have a huge passion for that, and a huge passion for music.
Yeah.
Music media was one of my big things.
Yep.
So
first segment we're gonna have Withorn's athletic director Justin Hudson up here to talk about Withorn and all the great things they're doing, just to kind of reinforce what the middle schools here in Murray County are doing and what they're about. And then we're going to talk to some of those unit schools that we just mentioned and get the lowdown on what they're doing in their season so far. Game 1 was last night. We'll see how that went. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to have some trivia as well. We'll do that when trivia time has come. But right now we're going to get ready for Athletic Director Hudson on the other side of this break. Thank you, Drake.
Thank you.
Discover Prime and Pint in downtown Columbia, where great food meets great company. Join us for weekly specials. Tuesday is Texas Tuesday, with a rotating menu that gives back to local causes. Wednesday is half-off burgers and pints all day long. And on Thursday, don't miss our prime rib dinner carved fresh by our chef. Make your night memorable at Prime and Pint, 105 East 6th Street, Columbia. Prime and Pint Butchery and Public House.
The Way Realty is helping to empower buyers and sellers to accomplish their real estate goals. Currently, we have sellers offering buy-down rates to 4.875% fixed-rate financing on selected homes through approved lenders. If you want to buy or sell your home faster, let us show you the many services we offer to help you get the most out of your real estate transaction. Schedule your listing or showing appointment today by going to thewayrealty.com or calling us at 931-580-4669. And remember, Jesus Christ changes lives. I know because He changed mine.
Tonight's Front Porch Sports Network coverage is brought to you by TriStar Elevator, Middle Tennessee's trusted full-service elevator company based right here in Columbia. From maintenance to repairs to modernization and new installations, TriStar Elevator keeps commercial and residential elevators running safely and smoothly. With over 45 years of experience and a commitment to fast, reliable service, they're the hometown team you can count on. TriStar Elevator, raising the standard in elevator care. Call 931-797-0329 or visit TriStarElevatorTN.com.
Columbia, your Love's travel stop just got a whole lot better. We've modernized our space at 1624 Bear Creek Pike at exit 46 to bring you more of what you want with fuel discounts, additional food offerings, and everything you need to hit the road with ease. Come say hi at the remodeled Love's in Columbia. We thank you for allowing us to be a part of your community. Safe travels. And welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's Restaurant and powered by CPWS Internet. This is the basketball kickoff event, and I've got a special guest up here on stage, Athletic Director at Whitthorne Middle School, Justin Hudson. Welcome to the show.
Hey, glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. So there's exciting things going on at Whitthorne. We're going to try and talk about all of them, but just give the folks out there a rundown of what Whitthorne Middle School is all about athletically.
Oh, yeah, Whitthorne. Well, of course, Whitthorne is the biggest middle school in the county. We service the most students. Therefore, we have the most sports programs. We're the only school that's AAA. So middle school classification is different than high school. There's, in most sports, there's single A, double A.
Right.
In basketball, there's AAA. So we're the only AAA basketball school, and then we're AA in everything else. Battle Creek Middle just recently moved up to AA, so they're AA in soccer, baseball, softball, volleyball with us.
Yeah.
Everyone else is either 2A in basketball, 1A in basketball, or 1A in every other sport. So we're the only school, with the exception of Battle Creek now, in some sports that are playing at that highest classification just because of enrollment, and it's all based on enrollment numbers.
Yeah.
So we're the, like I said, to me, a little biased. We're the premier middle school in the county because we service the most students.
Yeah.
We play athletics at the highest classification in the state. So.
Yeah. So just talk about some of those teams, some of those athletic teams that you all have that maybe some other schools don't have, or maybe that perform a little better than other schools. Just talk about some of those schools.
Well, y'all were talking earlier about finishing football. We wrapped up football, middle school football wrapped up in the fall, and the radio program. I did some coverage on middle school's football program. We won the championship again this year. This was 2 out of 3 years. So we played for it 3 years. Have won it twice now. Since we've been doing this we've been doing that Maury County Conference for 4 years. Right, so we have 2 of the 4, which we're proud of that. And of course, y'all's colleague, Coach James Dickinson, is the coach for Whitthorne football. And he has a voice of his own, but and he just recently won the Jefferson's Coach of the Year award. I told him, I asked him when he was going to take me out for lunch. That big prize he got, I think I feel like I've earned at least a
share of
a free water or something. From him. So so football ended great. All of our sports programs are strong. Our competition cheer team just earned their 3rd bid to Disney in 3. I don't really know how all that works, but I know that they're killing it because they come in top 3 in every competition they go to. Yeah,
they're going to see the mouse. That's the most important
so they're
thing.
going to Florida. They're going to Florida at the beginning of the year. So they won in Lexington. So they went to Lexington the past weekend and won their competition. So we're very proud of that team. Our basketball teams are started out. We're about 5 games in now in our season, so we start a little bit earlier than the high school. Our boys team is off to a hot start again. We've won our third Murray County tournament.
Three
In a row.
Three.
So for the boys, just they had a nail biter game.
Wait. Let's go back to that. If it's 3 in a row, that means if anybody was on the team as a 6th grader, now as an 8th grader, that's 3 straight titles, right?
Mm-hmm. They've never lost in the county as far as that goes.
Wow.
And they've never lost a game in the county.
Wow.
Those boys in the 3 years. I take that back. They might have lost. No, I don't think so. I think they've won every game in the county. They for sure won the tournament 3 years in a row.
Wow.
Which, like I said, and I went to Hampshire, so I know the small school life. That's the experience that I experienced, and then now as the coach and the athletic director at Whitthorne, getting experienced the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
No knock against any of those schools. That should be the case.
Yeah.
Whitthorne should be. You know, we have a wider selection of students to choose from for our teams. When I played basketball for Hampshire, and I played basketball, which if I stand up, you're like, okay. It's just a different dynamic.
Yeah.
But Whitthorne I'm very proud of that basketball team. They're, like I said, they're off to a hot start. They won a nail biter against Brentwood last night. So our boys did. It was a great game. If you want to see some good basketball,
tell them where to go.
It's come to Whitthorne, especially for the price. So we're $5.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to count $1 bills. So we're $5. Come to Whitthorne, watch some good basketball. Our teams are good. Our girls are coming along. Haven't seen it in the win column yet as much, but they're super young. They're starting multiple 6th graders on that team. So some great young girls basketball players too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. For sure need to come out and check out a little Whitthorne basketball.
Yeah,
if you want to see some. Our boys press, full court press. They get after you.
Yeah.
So they
wear
on teams. Oh yeah, they are. They're athletes, and most of them are 3-sport athletes. So they play football, basketball, and then they're going to go play baseball in the spring.
Yeah.
So they get after you.
I would assume, and I don't want to speak out of turn, Elijah Kerr is one of them, is he?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I know he was a dynamic athlete in the games that me and Drake covered. So
well, it's funny. So those guys, Elijah, Will Davis, Braylon Hill, a lot of those guys decided for some reason this year, they're like, hey, we're going to play basketball too. They hadn't played basketball. They focused mainly on baseball. But I guess 8th grade year, they're like, hey, we want to go play.
Yeah.
So they're playing them all. And some of them have been a little banged up, but they're off to a good start. We got some guys that's been focusing on basketball that are really electric too.
Yeah.
So that, like I said, it's fun to watch them play.
Yeah. So it seems like at the middle school level, sometimes, and I have on the show talked about my middle school days and how fun it is to be a middle schooler because you got high school to look forward to. Talk about your relationship that you have, with Central. Obviously, you're the feeder school. You're right there. So talk about the relationship you have.
Right, and I'm thankful to Central. We do have a good relationship with them, especially with our sports that. Because Whitthorne, and that's one disadvantage that Whitthorne has is we're limited on our athletic facilities. We have a practice baseball field, a practice softball field, but we don't have game fields.
Right.
So Central is generous and lets us use their fields for our games. Coach McDonald at softball, Coach Simler with baseball.
Yeah.
Lets us use their game fields, and of course we play at Lindsey Nelson with the football team.
Yeah, you won the championship there.
We did.
We were there.
And soccer plays there some, and especially our boys will in the spring. But yeah, Coach McDonald, who's the athletic director at Central,
right,
is phenomenal to work with. Very accommodating for us. Lets us use their facilities, and I've noticed, especially like in basketball, Coach Washington. He's been at every Whitthorne game.
Yeah, and we talked about that when he was up here on the panel. Getting his face and name out there just to relate to the people. Hey, come to Central.
Right.
Don't go anywhere else.
Sure.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, and that's the thing that's kind of this college NIL stuff has trickled down into high school sports, and I'm not saying that anybody's paying middle school players at all, but. You do hear kids saying, "Oh, I'm getting recruited to XYZ private school or whatever the case may be." So and of course, Central's not paying anybody to come there.
Right.
They're taking
not.
the kids that are in their zone and all
Right.
that. But just developing those relationships, like, hey, the grass may not always be greener on the other side.
Right.
Come play for your hometown.
Right. And there's
Come to the
nothing wrong
school
with
that-
playing with a Murray County public school.
No, and people act like that. I'm a graduate of Murray County Public Schools. I know you are too.
Yeah.
Lifelong resident here.
Yeah, same.
Murray County Public Schools shaped me and made me who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not bragging, but I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be a Murray County Public School graduate.
Yeah.
And I'm also proud to be an employee here and working to try to make sure that we offer the best product academically and athletically
Yeah.
at the middle school level, and then preparing them for high school in the classroom and on the field.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it there, talking about the relationship between academics and athletics. All the kids, even if they're in middle school, they're student athletes. So talk about
Right, for sure.
managing kids' grades and making sure they're on top of things, and just setting the standard, because when you get to high school, that is already expected of you. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, the thing is, and I was looking at the data, and I didn't get all of my quarter one numbers, but we started in this project that I started talking to Chris Pointer about, and they kind of started implementing it across the entire county. Was looking at these scholar athletes, because TSSAA recognizes athletes who have a 3.5 GPA or higher,
Right.
and gives them an award. And 2023, the 2023-2024 school year, so 2 years ago, 45% of all of Whitthorne's athletes were 3.5 GPAs or higher.
Oh, wow.
So they were all listed as scholar athletes.
Claps to that.
It went up a little bit last year. We were right over 50%. And that's not, I'm not saying the other ones, a lot of them were 3.2s, 3.0s. Nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah.
But 45% were AB students 2 years ago. Last year, a little bit higher. I'm the softball coach, so I ran the softball numbers. 95% of our softball team are honor roll students
That's
right now.
tremendous. That's
95% of our cheerleaders are honor roll students. And basketball has a lot of very brilliant students. You talk about those Elijah Kerr and all those guys. And I teach them in 8th grade. So I could teach 8th grade math, which I love teaching 8th grade, and I love teaching math, but 8th grade specifically because it is that transition to high school. So I get to see those guys in their kind of their last hurrah, before they leave.
It's their senior season of middle school.
Right. But all of our athletes are also our best students. And the athletics does play a part of it, the discipline, the coaches kind of keeping an eye on them.
Right.
All of our coaches either get a report or send around a report to make sure that the kids are doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom, maintaining their grades. Because if you don't pass, you're not going to get to play.
Yeah.
That's just common sense as far as in the classroom. And if you're getting in trouble and you're spending time in school alternative setting or having to spend out of school time, suspension or whatever, you're not going to get to play, obviously.
Not at all.
So it is an incentive, but just naturally the kids who are disciplined with sports are going to be disciplined in the classroom for the most part.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that fact that our athletes are also some of our best students.
Yeah.
Our athletes are in the Beta Club. Our athletes are on student council. Our athletes are the ones that are leading the school, not just on the field, but also in the classroom and in the community.
Yeah, and I kind of want to flip that and talk about the kids that you get, 5th graders and 6th graders. Some of these people that play athletics are coming from U Sports. Some don't have the best fundamentals. Talk about how Whitthorne prepares those kids and, the early stages of their middle school career.
Yeah, for sure. And hiring top-notch coaches is key to that. And I feel like we have that, especially, we have a lot of very experienced coaches. Middle school, it's funny, middle school coaches, a lot of times you'll see the middle school coach kind of be, you're either going to get the brand new coach that's just like fresh out and hasn't coached before, or you're going to get somebody like James Dickinson who has already done who's already done it all,
experienced,
and he's kind of like, well, I'm just going to go do middle school because that's where I can get the most benefit. And Coach Brown with our basketball team as well, experienced coaches that want to kind of realize I can impact the high school down here and get those kids prepared. Like I said, our boys basketball team, there's high schools that don't run as sophisticated a full court press as our boys basketball team.
Definitely.
And it's, I mean, like I said, if you haven't seen it,
get out there and watch them.
You can't know until you see it.
He gave you the directions to get to the gym earlier.
I mean, they're getting after it.
Yeah.
And to the point to where it just drives people crazy. Because, you know, when you can't get the ball across half court, and you know, and it's funny, he takes guys like Elijah, who hasn't played basketball a whole lot, and basically he says, go play defensive back for me right here. You know, and you don't have to have a refined jump shot to go steal the ball.
Yeah, you're exactly right. All it takes is getting a steal, getting a layup, or passing to one of your teammates, because you got 4 out there.
Yeah, and he has that. Elijah has that court presence because, you know, he plays quarterback. So
yeah, exactly.
So you know, and then of course, then you got your guys that are refined basketball players like Kingsley Duncan and all that are getting developed as well. But yeah, the development is, like I say, getting experienced coaches that have a love for the game, care for the game. It has been a key for success for us because, you know, we want to prepare them for high school. We want them, whenever they walk into Central, hopefully, that they're prepared and ready to go because, you know, Central needs all 4 classes to be competitive, to be contributing to their to their athletic program. And I was over at the game last night, and it's kind of great now. I've been teaching middle school this is my 5th year, so those seniors were some of my first kids. So getting to see the kids, you know, getting to see the progression. The football team, Richard Powers and Isaiah Bishop finished their football careers.
2 of the seniors on Columbia's team.
We're on that first football team that I was a part of. Coach Dickinson was also that was his first year coaching. They were on that first team that lost. We didn't have a winning season that first year, but they lost like 3 overtime games.
Wow.
That year, their freshman year. I mean, their 8th grade year, they lost like 3 or 4 overtime games. Just like every game was a nail biter. And we come out on the losing end on them on a lot of them. But now I'm getting to see them be seniors and make it to second round of the playoffs. And you know, and even though there wasn't a really, you know, Central's team was young this year in football. They got to leave an impact. Like, we set the stage for what's going to happen in the next couple of years because these guys are coming.
Definitely. So speak about, you know, just from a middle school perspective, the topic of sportsmanship in sports is always a little sensitive. You talked about how intense the Whitthorne middle school basketball team is. You know, from your perspective, at what point is the line drawn to where this is too much, and how do you kind of manage that with these kids who are 6th, 7th, and 8th graders? Right.
So, you know, of course, there is a different level of maturity when it comes to middle school versus, you know, because they're still developing, they're still children.
Right.
But, you know, just instilling that from every day at practice, we're going to be good sports. We're going to do what's right. And then you have to have those conversations like, hey, some things that you get away with in AAU, you're not going to get away with in the TSSAA level. Those referees are just going to call a game differently.
Right, definitely.
So, you know, just having those conversations and you know, the kids understand. You can, I mean, you know, if you're level with them and you're real with them and explain, hey, look, this isn't okay, this isn't acceptable. But, you know, we're going to, you know, you're going to have to do it this way. They all get it. We don't have a whole lot of issues as far as most of our guys are, you know, do what they're supposed to do. Yeah,
that's good. Well, Coach, I appreciate you, Athletic Director Justin Hudson, joining us on the panel, talking a little bit about Whitthorne Middle School and everything they're about. I think we're going to talk to some basketball players here, get their feel. They're champions, so we got to get that championship perspective here.
Right. Hey, one thing real quick before I go. I am looking for historical data from all of Whitthorne sports. I'm talking about season win-loss records. Because we're wanting to do some banners and things at the middle school. So if anybody out there knows basketball, baseball, softball, track, any historical data, please, jhudson1@murrayk12.org, send it to me because we're wanting to do some stuff in the building. I can't find that. I mean, Whitthorne's an old building, old place. Has a lot of really high-level teams that's come through there. I need data. So if you have anything, newspaper articles or whatever laying around, please send me a picture of them.
Yep. Send them his way. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll bring up some Withorn players and coaches on the other side of this break.
At Umamua MD, Spring Hill's newest physician-led med spa, it's about restoring balance to your body, mind, and soul. From weight loss support, revitalizing IV therapies, to anti-aging, our services are designed to help you feel renewed, confident, and whole. At Umamua MD, consults with our medical director ensure safe and personalized results. Book today at umamd.com and step forward radiant, restored, and confident.
Stan McNabb Chevrolet, serving Columbia and the surrounding area since 1980. Stan McNabb Chevrolet is family-owned and does their best to make you feel like you're a part of the family. Commitment to customer service is the highest priority. Whatever your vehicle needs are, from sales to service, Stan McNabb is here to help. Stan McNabb Chevrolet is a dealership that cares about this community. Visit us online and get started today. Stan McNabb Chevrolet, where excellence and community converge. Got wings? Alex's Tacos and Wings, winner of the best Mexican food and tacos in Murray County. But did you know that we also have all kinds of the best chicken wings? What's your favorite flavor? Like 'em hot? Pair your meal with a drink from the bar. Delicious food for the entire family is moments away. Alex's Tacos and Wings, 2202 Circle Drive in Columbia. Visit alexstacosandwings.com or check us out on Facebook. Alex's Tacos and Wings. Come take a bite.
Columbia Power and Water Systems is dedicated to bringing our customers reliable, local service. Whether you're turning on a light switch, your faucet, or streaming on TV, our dedicated team members from here in Murray County work every day to keep you on. If you need us, call us 931-388-4833 or visit cpws.com. CPWS, local service, local support.
We all live very busy lives. Sometimes we just need a break. Wouldn't it be nice to have an extra pair of hands to help out? Let me introduce you to New Dawn Cleaning Service. No job is too big or too small because they do it all, from residential to commercial. They offer standard cleaning, construction cleaning, carpet shampooing, and window cleaning. Whether you are looking for a one-time service or regular scheduled cleaning plan, New Dawn is ready to help. With years of experience, you can relax, kick back, and call New Dawn Cleaning Service at 615-977-6901.
And welcome back to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's Restaurant, powered by CPWS Internet. This is the basketball edition. We just talked to Withorn Middle School's athletic director. Now we've got the boys basketball coach and two-star players. We've got head coach Jeremy Brown to my right here. We've got Gunnar Beck and Kingsley Duncan, two of the more accomplished players on the team, members of the great holistic team here. As they're dapping up over here, they're excited to be here. I know they are. Coach Jeremy, talk to me about your championship team now 3 years in a row. How cool is that?
It's really cool, real exciting, especially for the boys to win 3 years in a row, Murray County Championship. This showing the hard work that the boys have put in for the past 3 years, and we just continuing to try to keep working, win it year after year. You know.
And, your athletic director just told me you all play a extremely intense type of full court defense. Tell the audience here, kind of what that entails. And, don't necessarily give away your scouting report, but just talk about your style of coaching and how that impacts the great team that you have.
We just like to play up-tempo. We like to press, force a lot of turnovers, make our defense our offense. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, just playing defense, And we don't have to run a lot of half-court offenses. We can get into any type of offense if we force a lot of turnovers. Yeah.
So talk about, the experience of being a middle school basketball coach and your responsibility preparing them, for the big leagues of high school sports and beyond. You might be some of their first coaches in some cases. Talk about that.
My biggest thing, I want to prepare them for the high school level. Yeah. Our practices are harder than any normal middle school practice. Yeah. As I tell the boys, it's not a high school practice. It's more of a, we try to run it like a college practice.
Right.
So I just try to prepare them and have them ready for the next level. So when they become freshmen in high school, that they're ready to step in and play a big part when they get to the high school level.
Yeah, definitely. And, two of the impact players on your team, as I said, we got Gunnar Beck here and Kingsley Duncan, two captains of the team. Gunnar, tell the folks out there who you are, what you do for Whitthorne Middle School's boys basketball team.
My name's Gunnar, and I just try my best to play hard every day and work on my game and play good in games.
And what position do you play for the team?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. So are you the type of player that likes to shoot? Do you get your teammates involved? Just talk me through, what you do out there on the court.
Yeah, I like to shoot and, get him the ball in the paint. Just let him work.
Yeah. So Kingsley, I heard through the grapevine that you were the MVP of the championship and the tournament you all had. Just talk and tell the people about what you do for the middle school team at Whitthorne.
So for the middle school team, I play defense a good amount, and then I just score and try my best.
Yeah.
Try my hardest.
Yeah. And Gunnar says you're kind of that tall guy, that big guy. Speak about some of the opponents you play. Are you usually one of the taller players on the court?
Most of the time, but not all the time.
Yeah. So Gunnar, how is it to have a great player like Kingsley on the team? How much does he help you all get wins?
It's good because he helps get boards and he helps to get big and play good defense and try his best to play good on the court.
Yeah. And Coach, talk, just about both of them, but firstly, Gunnar and what he does for the team and what he provides.
Well, Gunner's been he's been there since I started at Whitthorne. Gunnar has grown tremendously from day one to where he's at now. He's a leader on and off the court. He works on his game every day. After practice, before practice, Gunner's getting up shots. So, he's a big time leader. I'm just super proud of his growth, the way he's become from, 6th grade to where he's at now. The future is super bright for Gunnar, if he continues to work on his game.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about Kingsley, the MVP, one of the bigger players at the middle school level. Talk about what he does for the team.
Kingsley plays pretty much 1 through 5 for us. I ask him to do a lot. I know I put a lot of pressure on him, but he's handling it really well, for his age and to not be the focal point of any basketball team, to be that focal point this year. He's taking it on very well, and I'm loving how he's handling the pressure of being the man this year. So he's doing an excellent job for us. Both of those boys, the team voted them captains. That wasn't nothing I gave them. So both of them have earned that and earned the respect of their peers.
Right. And talk a little bit about how important it is for, these guys are in middle school, sometimes 13, 14 years old. And, social media can sometimes get you caught up with highlights and trying to do crazy stuff on the court. How do you keep them kind of in check? Hey, we're going to play this way, Coach Brown's way. Well, how do you do that?
We very disciplined. I'm hard on them, and they not as big on social media. They pretty much keep a level head, especially those two, and pretty much what those two say, the team's gonna follow. So they're not as big. They like the pictures, but as far as the social media aspect of it, I really don't have any problems with them. Not yet, at least.
So with that being said, with what your coach just said, Gunnar, is there any players out there that you really like to watch? And tell the folks who your favorite NBA team is, and just what type of basketball you like to watch.
I like watching college basketball because, they haven't made it yet. So they work hard to get to the NBA.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, I like watching people who play hard, like Curry plays hard.
Yeah.
He always running around, flying around, making sure he gets to his spots. And my favorite team's the Grizzlies, though.
Yeah, okay. Memphis strong.
Hometown, yeah.
So are you a Ja Morant fan? I got to ask. You like Ja?
Yeah. But
not necessarily a similar play style, right? You're more of a shooter, you know. So I just had to ask that question. Kingsley, who do you like at the NBA level? Who are some guys you like to watch, and what's your favorite team?
My favorite team is the Grizzlies, like Gunnar said, but I really like to watch Anthony Edwards and like Kevin Durant.
Yeah. So, I asked the bigger guys this question, and Coach, I want to get your input on this, but I'm going to ask the players first. Gunnar first. Who is your basketball GOAT? Greatest of all time. Who do you think it is?
Curry.
Curry?
Yeah, Curry's a good
All right. Kingsley did the thumbs to you. Kingsley, who is your basketball GOAT? Greatest of all time.
LeBron James.
LeBron and Curry.
LeBron
All right. Coach Brown, what is your response to those two answers, and who is your GOAT?
They probably going to have to run at practice next time we practice. Probably a lot of suicides for them, but Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the GOAT.
Yeah. And, explain the kind of a PSA to your players, but also just for those out there, why you think Jordan is the GOAT over these answers that you just got on the panel.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, all in the same year. 6-0 in the championship. A competitor.
Yeah.
A super competitor. Never set out any games. Not like LeBron. It's a lot.
He's got a lot of reasons, guys. So just talking about that, and we're talking about NBA here, and it might not necessarily be NBA for both of you, but Gunnar, firstly, I want to ask you, what do you think your future is, whether it's in sports or not in sports? Tell the folks.
I think my future is in basketball. I hope it's in basketball. I want to play basketball when I'm older.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the college level, you'd like to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I would like to play.
Kingsley, what does the future look like for you? What do you hope? What is your goals out there?
Well, I want to play like college baseball, but I like basketball too. So if I can make it in basketball, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be fun.
And your athletic director was up here talking about some of those multi-sport athletes. Kingsley is clearly one of them for Whitthorne, and along with a lot of other people. Coach Jeremy, just talk about, before I get you guys out of here, about preparing those guys. They got big goals and big dreams, but they're just middle schoolers. So talk about preparing them and your role in getting them to that point. You can play a part in that.
Yeah. I hope I play a big part in it. My biggest thing is trying to prepare them just for life on and off. To get them started. Game days, home game days, they in shirt and ties.
Yeah. I was just talking about that earlier today.
Yeah.
Preparing. Coach Carter type style.
Yeah, type. That's what we had to do in middle school.
Right.
So kind of took that on from my old coach. But just little things. As far as keeping their grades up.
Yeah.
We do grade checks.
Mm-hmm.
Every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we trying to have them sitting. I got the boys sitting in the first 2 rows in the class.
Yeah.
Little stuff that will take them further, especially when they get to the college level. That they don't understand, but once they get there, they be like, okay, I get it now.
Definitely. Well, sounds like a plan. Sounds like you got a good program out there at Whitthorne. Tell the folks how to come watch you guys, and when's your next game?
We actually play tomorrow. Coming home game at Whitthorne against Battle Creek, so rivalry game. Girls start at 6, boys, usually about 7:15ish.
Yeah.
Just come check the boys out. You'll love what you see. They play hard. They play together. It's real exciting. Especially for the past 3 years, it's been exciting to come to a Whitthorne basketball game.
Well, thank you, Coach Brown. Thank you, Gunnar. Thank you, Kingsley. This is the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone. We just heard from middle school's head basketball coach, Coach Jeremy Brown. We got Gunnar Beck and Kingsley Duncan here on the panel. Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to have the unit schools that we were talking about earlier up here on the panel. They played their first games last night. We're going to talk to them on the other side of this break.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131. Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We're here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
And welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's Restaurant and powered by CPWS Internet. Coach, I've got you up here on the panel again. For those that don't know, this is Coach Clay Tyree of the Hampshire Hawks. We talked for a long time on Saturday. We had a nice little conversation. You all have played your first game. First game was last night. So just talk about that and how that went. Your first time coaching this season and your players' first time playing.
Well, it was a hard-fought game last night. We tried to switch gears a little bit this season. We've definitely played a more slowed-down game in previous years, and last night we really tried to pick up the tempo a little bit more. I felt like we've got to get used to that style. You could tell down the stretch. We kind of ran out of gas just a little bit. Like I said last Saturday, we don't have that many numbers. We're playing with 9 guys, and last night I was actually 1 short, so I only had 8. Yeah. And so we pushed the tempo real hard. We got after it defensively real hard. Felt like third, fourth quarter we kind of ran out of gas just a little bit. Yeah. Gave up some, I guess, lazy plays, some easy points that we typically would not do. Yeah. Got ourselves in a little bit of a hole there in the third, fourth quarter. Fought hard down the stretch. I think we were down 9 with about 5 minutes to go. Yeah. Cut it all the way back down to 1 with just a few seconds to go and just kind of ran out of time. I think if we'd had just another minute or two, we would have, been able to pull it out at the end. But just ran out of time, ran out of gas a little bit.
Yeah, and remind those about your coaching style and what you really expect your team to do out there. We talked a little bit on Saturday, as I mentioned. You kind of want everybody to get involved, make the right plays, and also to push the tempo, like you said. But, you got to manage that with only 8 players, 9 players. So just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to make sure that we're distributing the ball on the offensive end. We're passing up the good shot to get the great shot. Right. We're trying to take advantage of the mismatches we get. We do a lot of ball screen action to try to get some switches, And when we get those switches, we want to try to look to take advantage of the size mismatches or the quickness mismatches we get with those switches. So, but the biggest thing is, pushing the tempo, trying to get up the floor before the defense gets set so that we can get a good look. And playing hard on the defensive end is the biggest thing.
Yeah, and, you gave everybody the directions on how to get down to Hampshire. How was the environment last night, first game of the season? And, what is your PSA to get more people butts and seats down there in Hampshire?
Well, last night was kind of an unusual situation. Usually in a high school ball game, you have a girls' game and then you have a guys' game. But Agathis, the team we played last night, did not have a girls' team. So instead we ended up having a middle school boys and then a high school boys doubleheader, which was kind of a unique situation, kind of threw things off a little bit because middle school boys and high school boys share the same locker room.
Yeah.
So they were coming in and we were going out, and there was a little bit of issue there that we typically would not have.
Right.
But I thought, the fans were there. There was a lot. There was excitement in the arena. There was a lot of cheering, a lot of yelling. Great atmosphere for a Hampshire night.
Yeah.
And we just hope that we can put out a performance out there on the court that makes the fans proud, and hopefully can draw some new fans in. Definitely.
Right. And talk about kind of what's next for Hampshire as far as next games on the docket. We got Thanksgiving break coming up here, and then we got Christmas break. So what are a couple games that those people can go out to or at least follow Hampshire for?
Well, we got our next game is actually Friday night, but we are on the road at Riverside Christian, which is over in Fayetteville. So we got a good little haul to get over there for Friday night. The biggest game we got coming up is actually over Thanksgiving break. On Tuesday, we've got Frank Hughes coming to town, and it's actually a quadruple header. We are doing a middle school, high school back-to-back. So it's going to be starting at 3 o'clock, middle school girls, and then 4:30 we'll have the middle school boys. And then 6 o'clock we'll get the high school girls and then the high school boys to follow that. So it'll be an all-day affair, lots of basketball being played, and we look forward to it. Frank Hughes, another small school kind of like us, and that's kind of an annual thing we do. With them, we always try to have a middle school, high school doubleheader at least once a year. We alternate years. Last year we all went up there and played, and then this year they're coming to our place. So that should be a good thing to come out and see on Tuesday night for sure.
Yeah, and we just had middle school head coach at Withorn, Jeremy Brown, up here on the panel. Talk about the relationship between middle school and high school basketball, and how good it is to have an event like that, but also those might be some players that you coach in the future.
Definitely. And like I said, the good thing about having a unit school is, those middle school kids, when you're at a big school, they're coming in as freshmen, and you're probably seeing them maybe for the first time. You may have went and scouted them a little bit, going to see them play in the middle school game or two, but you don't really get to know the kids until they get their freshman year. At a unit school, we get to see those kids every day.
Right.
Not necessarily, I'm a high school teacher, so I don't necessarily teach them in class.
Right.
But, we're walking the halls, we're seeing them, we're crossing paths on the practice court because we're all sharing the same gym. And then, obviously they play in the same gym we do, so we get to see them pretty much night in, night out. So it's kind of a unique experience that we get to know the kids long before they ever get to us at the high school level.
Right. And talk a little bit about, this is the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone. We're here. And also, we've got other teams that you play against. You got teams in your district. Talk about some of those matchups and just localizing the Hampshire team and playing against some local talent as well.
Yeah, the greatest thing about our district is, the majority of our district is in Maury County. Our district is made up of 5 teams. The only team that's not in Maury County is Eagleville. We got Mount Pleasant, Santa Fe, Culleoka, and then Hampshire ourselves. We're all fighting for the same district, and it's just nice that we get to play with teams that are just so local. These, our players, they know the kids. They grew up playing Little League ball and those kind of things with them.
Definitely.
So there's kind of some rivalry built into it long before we even get to the high school. It's a really good, enjoyable experience that we're all so kind of close and get to see each other so regularly, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Coach, before I get you out of here, just tell the folks how to get down to Hampshire and how to get a Hawk Burger.
Oh, definitely. All right, guys, if you're coming to Hampshire, all you got to do is get on 412, head out like you're going towards Hohenwald, and about halfway on the way to Hohenwald, you go into a little bitty old town called Hampshire. If you blink your eyes, you will miss it. So you got to keep your eyes open. The school is right off the highway. And guys, I cannot say enough. We have the best concession stand in the county by far.
Yeah.
So come on down, get you a Hawk burger, and you'll enjoy some good eating, and hopefully you'll get to see a good performance on the court as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach Tyree. We're going to talk to some players on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. Hampshire Hawks Unit School up here on the panel. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wall Cover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wall covering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wall Cover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wall covering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
And welcome back to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone. We got Hampshire Hawks on the boys' side up here. We got Dakota Disbro. Dakota, raise your hand. And we got Dalen Sims on the far end. Raise your hand. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about just who you guys are and also what you do for the Hampshire team. We didn't get to speak to you all on Media Day, so this is kind of an introduction for you all on the Wednesday night show. Dalen, just go first. Tell us who you are, what you do for Hampshire's team.
I'm a senior. I've played here. I went to the same school since kindergarten. I played on the basketball team since 6th grade. Played baseball. I like this team.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. And Dakota?
Been going to Hampshire since 3rd grade. Played basketball since 6th grade. Been loving Hampshire ever since.
Yeah. So we got two pretty much Hampshire lifers up here on the stage. Pretty cool. I want you guys to talk about the unit school dynamic. You know, a lot of these other schools that we featured so far, the bigger schools. Dalen, firstly, just talk about how the community is just a little different in unit schools.
School, you know everybody in school since kindergarten. You know all the little kids there. You see them every day.
Yeah.
It's just different. You know, you're not going to a big school. You're not seeing the same kids every day. Like in high school, you're not seeing all these big kids. You walk down the hallway, you're going to see kindergartners, middle schoolers. It's just different.
Yeah. And Dakota, talk about just the community and how it's just a little different than, your traditional school.
It's very just based on family.
Mm-hmm.
You have everyone who's like older brothers, older sisters go there, you go there.
Yeah.
It's just based off family.
Yeah. So, Dalen, what position do you play out there on the court?
I play post.
And Dakota, what position do you play?
Guard.
Okay, so we got post and guard. I imagine you're passing a lot to him and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me a little about the game last night. How was the first experience for you, Dakota, out there on the court?
It was different, more fast tempo, a lot different from last year.
Yeah. So, and what year are you in school?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. So just talk about, also being out there, getting game experience. And, it's going to take a little time to get yourself acquainted out there on the court. Talk about that. Just growing throughout the season. Talk about growing throughout the season.
It's just you play a lot of same teams, so you know what they have, what they are. and you just go based off that,
Yeah.
depending on how you need to play that game.
Yeah, and Dalen, talk about, opportunities for growth throughout the season. Game 1 is not going to define your season, but just talk about moving forward, what you're expecting from the team.
Moving forward, I'm expecting some better defense. We didn't play very good defense last night. Had a lot of miscommunication. Offense, I felt was okay.
Yeah. So, and I talked to Coach Tyree about this. Some of the local teams that you guys play, the fact that most of the teams in your region are here in the county. Dakota, is there any games that you're looking forward to, maybe against the other unit schools during the season that you're excited for?
Kalioka.
You're excited to play
It's always been
Kalioka?
a rival team.
Rival team, Kalioka. So those out here listening and those at Puckett's, Hampshire versus Kalioka is a game to watch, at least from Dakota's perspective. And Dalen, any games for you that are kind of circled on the schedule?
I agree with him. I've always looked forward to playing Kalioka every year.
Yeah. So, I don't want to do an all call just yet, but Hampshire versus Kalioka, you got to be there if that matchup is here. I asked all the players here on Saturday these questions, and I'm going to ask you too as well. Dakota, what do you say inspires you in life to be a good person and be a good basketball player?
Family. They've always pushed me to be better on who I am, what I am when I'm playing, just going out there and being who I am.
Yeah. And Dalen, who inspires you to do what you do?
My dad and my coach, obviously, but I've been with Coach Tyree since 8th grade year. He's pushed me ever since then.
Yeah, sounds good. And, kind of selling Hampshire to people out there that may not know where Hampshire is. Tell us, some cool things to do that you do as a person who goes to Hampshire Unit School. Dalen?
There's not much down there. I go to Columbia most of the time if you want to do something. It's not much.
Yeah.
I mean, you might go do a lot of hunting and stuff, fishing with my friends and stuff, but it's not much.
Yeah, sounds cool. Dakota, is there anything you do down there that's pretty cool?
Not a lot other than going riding around razors, four-wheelers, dirt bikes.
Yeah, so, and for all those listening, it's unique. These guys share a different perspective. Kind of got that, and not in a derogatory way, the country perspective. And it's really cool to see you guys can also thrive athletically as well. We got a point guard and we got a post up here. Are there any athletes that you guys look up to? Do you guys watch sports? Dalen, is there anybody that you look up to that you like the way they play in any sport?
I like watching a lot of baseball. Paul Skeens has always been my favorite when he was at LSU.
Yeah, Paul Skeens, LSU, that's a good choice. Dakota, is there anybody you look up to, watch a lot playing sports?
No, I don't really watch a lot of basketball. It's more baseball, college football.
Yeah, so who's your college football team?
Georgia.
Georgia, go Dogs. And who's your favorite baseball player? You like Skeens too?
I'd have to go Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, okay. So does that mean you're a Braves fan or do you like him on the
Yes, sir.
Dodgers?
Braves fan.
You're a Braves fan, all right. Sounds good. So do both of you guys also play baseball?
Yes, sir.
As well. So just talk about being a dual sport athlete then, Dalen. Playing basketball, playing some other things, being involved in hunting. You're very well-rounded. Talk about that.
I feel like I'm always busy. I play baseball, basketball, and golf.
Yeah.
Live on a farm. It's just always something to do.
Yeah. It's important to stay busy, stay occupied, stay free as well, and, just have free spirit and be able to do what you want to do. Dakota, talk about being a multi-sport athlete as well.
Well, like Dalen said, there really is no breaks. Once you get done with basketball, you're straight into baseball.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're right back into something else.
Yeah, that sounds good. So, Dalen, what do you think is the future for you? I asked the middle school players, it's a long way for them, but it's closer for people that are in high school. What do you see your future as? And it may not even be sport.
See myself playing baseball at Columbia State next year. I have to talk to the coaches and stuff like that.
Sounds good. We be on the lookout for Dalen out there on the baseball field. And Dakota, what do you see your future as? You got 2 more years as a sophomore. What do you envision your future as?
Either hoping playing college baseball or basketball.
Yeah. So we got 2 aspiring college athletes here. We got Dakota Disbro to my right, Dalen Sims. Thank you for joining me. Hampshire Unit School boys basketball members of the team here. Go down there, watch them, and make sure you look out for that Kalioka game they've got circled on the calendar. We're going to bring up the girls team on the other side of this break. Stay with us here.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley. And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone Basketball Edition. We've got Hampshire's Unit Schools girls basketball coach Hannah Davis here. Talk about the team, and you guys haven't played an official game yet, but talk about the vibe around the team and what's there to be excited about for Hampshire girls basketball.
Well, this is my first year here. I'm really excited. I've been getting to know the girls for a couple months now just at school. We've been conditioning and practicing and getting to know each other as well. We had our first scrimmage last Tuesday, I believe, against Spring Hill. We won, and that was nice.
Congratulations.
It's just getting to know each other and, learning each other and how I coach and what to expect, because they've grown up playing with the same coach for a while, so it's just an adjustment to make, so getting used to the way I coach and the way I am. But I'm really excited.
Yeah, so how many players are you working with? Coach Tyree told us on Saturday, about the numbers in the school and the numbers that's on his team. How many players do you have, and who are some of those star players, exciting players?
Yeah, so we have 10 total, 3 seniors, and 2 of my starters are here today. And they're going to be key contributors. I really hope that they do as well as I think they will.
Yeah, definitely.
As long as they stay in their heads like they know they can.
Yeah.
They can. They just got to know they can.
Right.
That's something Hampshire does kind of struggle with, is with us being such a small school, we don't have great numbers, but the numbers that I do have, I'm confident in, and I'm excited to work with them this year.
Yeah, and for those out there that don't know, what's your coaching style, and what can people expect to see the Lady Hawks out there playing like?
I'm huge on fundamentals, very, very big on fundamentals. I'm really big on effort. What you lack in talent, you can make up with effort. So if you're not going, full speed, if you're not hustling and getting after it, that's something that I'm going to struggle with. I think, lack of talent can definitely be made up with effort. So I'm looking for huge, just go-getters, try-hards, getting on the floor after loose balls and going up for every rebound and boxing out. I'm really big on fundamentals.
Yeah, and, we talked with the guys and the guys coach about some of the teams in the region and the players, and there's a familiarity within the county that all the teams in the region except for one are in the county. Are you familiar with that? And talk about that and how you're going to prepare your ladies for that.
I'm really not very familiar with any of that, just because this is my first year. I'm not really from here, but I am loving to hear about all the rivals around here and like the good games. I do plan on watching some film and kind of educating myself a little bit on that. But I don't really know about too much, but I do hear a lot. I like to hear what, Coach Tyree has to say and what, some of the other coaches that have been in my shoes kind of give me good advice to kind of guide my way. And that's I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and, just the PSA for those listening and to you, Coach, as well. You got Santa Fe and you got Culleoka. Those are going to be two big ones, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Kind of just talk about being that new coach and being inserted into something that, you got some rivals already.
Right.
Talk to me about that a little bit. And, you're going to be expected to go out and perform well
Absolutely.
in those games. So talk about that a little bit.
I'm really excited for those games, especially just because, with those being unit schools as well, I think we're all in the same boat, It's harder as a unit school. You're all sharing the same gym and you're all kind of fighting for practice and you don't have the big numbers that everybody else has. And it's harder as a unit school. So I think, us being in the same boat is more so like, all right, who's it going to be?
Yeah.
But I'm excited because I think my girls will have a good season this year. I hope so.
Yeah.
We've been working hard. We've been busting our butts in practice every day, and I've put in a lot of new stuff that they haven't done before. So that makes me a little nervous, but I'm also really confident because I've got a really good group of girls. They listen well. They try hard. They communicate good. If they have a question, they're going to ask. And I love that. I couldn't ask for better.
That's good. So what can we expect when the Hampshire's girls team takes the court for the first time and in the first game and your first game as a head coach? What can we kind of expect? And what are your expectations that can hopefully contribute to a victory?
Yeah. I've got some really good defenders, man. I've got they get in there. They're scrappy, and I'm excited to see what they've got. And the two that I've brought here with me today, they're very strong offensively, and I think both of them could probably beat a press by themselves.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm really confident in our defense and offense.
Yeah.
We just got to kind of pull them together and learn each other and execute it the way that I know we can. If we execute it outside in a game the way we do in practice and the way we did in our scrimmage, I think that we'll be all right.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the players. Since you're new and this is your first time as a head coach for Hampshire and the girls team, what inspires you to go out there and coach these ladies for the best of their ability? What inspires you?
Honestly, my dad, I'm really close with my dad. He coached me my whole life. And I admired him, putting all the time and effort into coaching me and raising me. And I want to do that for my girls. I've grown really close with my girls. Ivy, I've actually coached in travel ball before. And just watching them grow and improve is just so heartwarming, and it's just an awesome sight to see somebody improve, and you're like, I kind of did that.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
It's nice to have a part in that, and I love the girls. We've grown to really get close, and I hope that we play the way we came out in our scrimmage.
Yeah, and who are some of the players or some of the teams that you will encourage your girls to watch that they play the right way? This is a good model for how I want us to play. Or is there anybody out there like that?
Really, anybody in the WNBA is a great example to watch. They all work together. They all try hard, and their effort is there. Anybody in the WNBA is a great game to watch. I encourage my girls to watch the WNBA. That's an awesome goal to have, to want to go to the next level and want to be as good as them one day. It's a great inspiration.
Yeah, and kind of talk about preparing the girls for being at that next level. You play a part in that, being their high school coach and preparing them. Recruitment, interest, that type of thing, academics. Talk about all those things and preparing your ladies for the next level.
Yeah, so body language is huge. Not everything's going to go your way, and not everybody's going to be perfect. You're not going to make every shot. Michael Jordan never did. Caitlin Clark doesn't. So I don't know why they should expect themselves to. So I'm huge about body language. When something doesn't go their way, to just shake it off and keep going. Because while you're down here pouting about it, everybody else is down here playing offense, and you're missing guarding your girl. So I'm huge about body language. I think that's a main thing that college coaches look for is how do they handle things when things don't go their way.
Yeah.
So I'm huge about that, and I'm huge about effort. It's got to be there. If I call a timeout, I'm encouraging them to hustle off the floor.
Right.
I'm encouraging them to cheer each other on and encourage each other. If somebody's down, pick them up. I think
definitely.
teamwork and encouraging each other is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closer teams are together, the better they are.
Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like there's exciting things to look forward to. Coach Davis, Coach Hannah Davis of Hampshire's girls basketball team down there, opening Friday against Riverside Christian.
Yes.
First game as a head coach. Thank you, Coach, for
Thank you so
joining me
much.
on the panel. We'll talk to your ladies on the team on the other side of this break. Stay with us.
Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to your helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, but they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
And welcome back to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's Restaurant. We've got Hampshire and their girls team up here. We got players. We got Ivy Arnold. Raise your hand, Ivy. We got Sydney Gillum on the far end over there. Ladies, I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked all the players their first time up here on the panel. How has the off season been? First, Ivy, and how excited are you for the season?
The off season has been good, but for me, I'm kind of like year-round basketball, so I've really been preparing myself. And I'm just really excited to play. I know this is Sydney's senior year, and I love playing with her. And every year, I'm looking forward to it more.
Sounds good. Sydney, how are you feeling in the preseason? You know, first game is going to be on Friday. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited.
Excited?
Yeah.
Plainly stated, excited. I can imagine you want to get out there on the hardwood. That is expected around this time of year. So, Ivy, what position do you play out there? And explain your play style to those listening.
I usually run point, and my style is knowing that your posts are working hard and to really keep your eyes up and look for the open girl and not to, get down. If you make a bad pass or you overpass it, don't let that get to you and just make it up on defense.
And Sydney, what positions do you play out there?
I'm all over the place. I can play anywhere. So
Mrs. Do-It-All, Sydney down there. She can do everything. So, ladies, are there any games that you all are looking forward to this season besides the first one that's on Friday? Is there any other ones? Your guys on the guys team, they talked about Culleoka. Are there any games that you guys are kind of circling on the schedule that you're looking forward to, Ivy?
I know a lot of people say we're nervous to play Eagleville, but I'm really looking forward to that one because I know we have a lot to offer, and even though people say we don't stand a chance, I really think we do if we work our hardest, and that game really shows what we can put forward.
Yeah, sounds good. Sydney, are there any games you're looking forward to besides the first one on Friday?
I'm excited for Frank Hughes.
Yeah.
Because they're smaller than we are.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Coach Tyree was talking about with the middle school doubleheader, with the middle school teams, and then you guys are going to play. So I'm excited for that too. That's really, really unique. So ladies, are there any players that you look at the next level or any athletes that you look up to that inspire you, Ivy?
I don't really watch a lot of girls basketball.
Yeah. Is there anybody that inspires you off the court? Maybe a parent, family? What inspires you to do good?
I think my sisters inspire me a lot. They're both graduated now, but we've all played basketball since we were in elementary. So
yeah,
seeing them graduate and watching them love it, and my older sister went and is playing for college now, like that shows me it can go further if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's good. Sydney, what inspires you to do what you do, and are there any athletes that you look up to that you really like?
Probably my oldest sister. She played basketball. She played softball. She went to college for softball, and she was just a really good athlete.
Cool. So we got family, we got different types of motivation, which is always important when you're going out there ready to play your first game. Ladies, I want to talk to you about the unit school dynamic and how unique that is. Share some insight to what it's like to be a part of a unit school, Ivy.
I think Dalen summed it up really well. It's different being really diverse, and it's also good knowing that it's more like a family.
Yeah.
And that a lot of people do know each other and they support each other. And we might not have the biggest stands, but the people that are there, they're really rooting for you. So that's good to know.
That's good. And Sydney, what is your opinion on the whole unit school thing, and how cool is it to be a part of a unit school? It's pretty unique.
I mean, I like it, and everybody's really close with each other, and everybody's friends, and yeah.
Yeah, so what are some things you like to do? I know Hampshire's a really small place, but Dalen and Dakota shared some things that they like to do off the court. Sydney, what do you like to do off the court?
Hang out with my friends, and I don't know.
Ivy, what do you like to do?
I don't do much. I'm not really in Hampshire all the time, but when I am there, I like going to games. I like sitting in the stands, and I like cheering and supporting the people who support me. Yeah,
that sounds good. So, ladies, just talk about kind of the relationship you all have with the other athletic teams at Hampshire, and how, your guys are a small school, so a lot of you do double duty. A lot of you, got to support each other. Ivy, talk about that, just athletic-wise at a unit school.
I feel like a lot of sports are overlooked, and, during basketball season, it's mainly focused on it, but we have other athletes, and I really like media day, having everyone come to take their photos for sports, because you really recognize how many people are working hard, even if it's in different ways.
Yeah, and Sydney, talk about that a little bit. Athletics at a unit school, what's that like?
I don't really know.
You got a limited number of people in the school, so how many girls are on the team? How many teammates do you have?
We have 10.
So 10 players on a basketball team, that's kind of a medium amount of people on a team. So how does it feel to practice with just 10 players?
Very small.
Yeah. So, talk about that a little bit with, practicing with a limited amount of people, and then you got to play games, and then you got a long season. How are you going to manage, just staying healthy throughout the season?
It's hard. Yeah. It's really hard because you get tired. Really tired.
Yeah, Ivy, same thing. How are you going to manage, just being healthy? You got a limited amount of girls down there.
It's really tempting to eat fast food all the time and knowing that you're younger and it's not really going to count as much. But also being a starter, that your teammates rely on you. And you want to set a good example, and you want to show them that putting in work outside of the gym is really important, and watching your health. So, I think it's more about thinking of your teammates over yourself.
Yeah. And so before I get you ladies out here, Sydney, tell the folks out there what you think your future is. It may not even be athletically, but what are some of your future goals?
If I could go to college to play basketball, I probably would. But I probably want to be an elementary teacher.
Sounds good. Ivy, what are some of your goals? What's your future look like?
I really do want to get recognized, and I want to go big with basketball. That's my biggest goal. I don't really have a set plan for anything else, though.
Sounds good. Well, at least you have something in order. Both of you have something in order. Opening up the season Friday against Riverside Christian, we got Ivy Arnold here and Sydney Gillum, Hampshire girls basketball team. Super exciting times. Thank you for joining me on the panel, both of you, Sydney and Ivy. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to bring up Santa Fe on the other side of this. But first, we're going to have our first trivia question of the night. Stay tuned.
Columbia Power and Water Systems is dedicated to bringing our customers reliable local service. Whether you're turning on a light switch, your faucet, or streaming on TV, our dedicated team members from here in Murray County work every day to keep you on. If you need us, call us 931-388-4833 or visit cpws.com. CPWS, local service, local support.
And welcome back to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone. For those that don't know, we always do trivia on Wednesday nights, and I'm in charge of making the trivia questions. So this is my special time in the show, and Drake's going to join me. He's going to ask the trivia questions tonight. But I'm going to recap some of the other action that we had. Some other teams opened their seasons last night. We had Santa Fe playing, who we'll talk to next. We had Hampshire's boys basketball team. We had Battle Creek also in action. They played 2 games already. We'll have Mount Pleasant that plays on Thursday of this week. And we covered Columbia Central's basketball game against Siegel last night. So, getting into the thick of things kind of in the grand scheme of basketball is really heating up right now.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, for those that don't know, Wednesday night show, we always incorporate some trivia. This swag bag will be yours. If you can come up here and tell myself and Drake the correct answer to this trivia question. Drake, we're going to go with question number 2 there.
All right.
Let's ask the folks question number 2.
All right. For college, which women's college basketball program has the most national championships?
And there's several options.
There's several
options.
Oh, we got here comes.
We have a runner.
We got a runner.
We have a runner here. The correct answer. UConn is the correct answer. Connecticut.
Yes.
Connecticut. The swag bag is yours. The swag bag is yours. So, those who aren't familiar with trivia, you got to come up here and give us the right answer. And I'll give a little bit of context for the other options for the answer that would have been potential answers. Connecticut has 12 national championships in women's basketball, coached by Gino Auriemma. We got Tennessee, the Lady Vols. You know, there was something to do with
Pat Summitt.
And Stanford and Baylor have 3 national championships. So, as I said on Media Day, we don't know if any of these ladies or guys up here are going to be future college athletes, so it's always important to talk about the next level. That's the first trivia question. We're going to have a trivia question on the other side of this break after we talk to Santa Fe and get some insight on their season and how things are going. I'm really excited to talk to the Wildcats. We didn't see them on Saturday, but we see them now. They're going to feature on a Wednesday night show.
Yep.
I'm really excited. So without further ado, we're going to bring up them after this break, talk to Santa Fe boys and girls.
We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Trip Stoltz, owner of Columbia Ace Hardware. We are excited to announce that we have completely remodeled our store. We have expanded our selection in many brands including Milwaukee, Steel, and Big Green Egg. We have new inventory arriving daily, so come see the changes for yourself at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard, Columbia, Tennessee.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Columbia, your Love's travel stop just got a whole lot better. We've modernized our space at 1624 Bear Creek Pike at exit 46 to bring you more of what you want with fuel discounts, additional food offerings, and everything you need to hit the road with ease. Come say hi at the remodeled Love's in Columbia. We thank you for allowing us to be a part of your community. Safe travels.
Front Porch Sports Network Friday Night Football is brought to you by Northside Medical Professionals, caring for Murray County families for over 30 years. From routine checkups and sports physicals to same-day sick visits and long-term care, Northside Medical Professionals is your hometown team for better health. With convenient locations, extended hours, and a staff that treats you like family, they're here to keep you strong all season long. Northside Medical Professionals, trusted care close to home. Learn more or schedule your visit at northsidemedicalprofessionals.com.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
And welcome back to the Murray County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's and powered by CPWS Internet. We've got the Santa Fe Wildcats represented up here on stage for the first time since we've been doing this basketball show. We got the boys head coach, Jeremy Slaughter, up here. Coach, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Firstly, Coach, just tell us a little bit about game action last night for the first time, how things went with that, and just what you're looking forward to this season.
Well, it was good to, finally get started. You put in so much work, and the kids worked so hard, and I told them before the game, this now the fun time starts, right?
Yeah.
So it was a tough game. We were down by 14, I think, in the third quarter and came back and won. So just a great experience for the boys and good to start with a win for sure.
Yeah, and Santa Fe, at least on the guys' side and the girls' side, has been on a run for the past couple of years. Talk about that run a little bit, and then keeping that standard up there in Santa Fe.
Yeah, it's probably been the best time for Santa Fe basketball in the history of the school. My cousin was actually the coach previously for the run that they've been on, and that's one of the reasons. His son, Alden Slaughter, the all-time leading scorer, of course, superstar player for Santa Fe for the last, really since the 8th grade, so he wanted to be able to watch him play. And but one of the things that Brad did is he established, a standard for Santa Fe basketball, defensively, rebounding, and just the success as a whole. And so, even though I'm not a teacher at the school, I wanted to try to continue what, he had. And, I was familiar with the kids. I'd coached them in travel ball. And, so ultimately we want to continue what he's done because we have had the most success that we've had throughout the, history of the school. So that's what we're trying to do. Yeah,
and speak to that community, down or up there in Santa Fe. It's small like New Hampshire and like Culleoka, but it's unique, especially when you have the success that you all have had in the recent years. Talk about the community up there.
Oh yeah, that's what makes it great. I mean, I grew up there. I went to school there. My parents went there. There's most of the people that go there are all in the similar situation. It's a community. Not only do the people that are your age, but the parents and those parents and older, So you really can't beat in terms of the community atmosphere in all these small schools, in my opinion.
Yeah, and speaking to that, how cool is it to be a part of something like this, a Wednesday night show on the radio at the unit school level where you have 100, 200 kids in the entire school gaining the exposure like this? You can talk about the impact that has and can potentially have on the team.
Well, I think it's amazing, to any time that the kids get exposure, and are able to, even if they're not going to play, at the next level, nowadays, the more exposure you can get on any career opportunity you're going to go into, it's a lot of social media. I mean, you're a radio host, you never know what these guys want to do. So the more experience you get at this type of stuff, it's great for them. Right.
So, Coach, talk about some of your players and the ones that you're really going to rely on throughout the season and some names to look out for Santa Fe.
Well, I got a couple of them here tonight. Jack Slaughter and T.C. Brady, Carson Atkinson, Brandon Sisk, Gage Mills. We're basically right now a 7-man rotation, but I have the philosophy that every person has a role on the team,
Yeah,
right? So
definitely.
no one person's more important than the other. You know, if we play team ball, you know, everybody's got a job to do. Now, they may have a different role within that job. But if they don't do their job and their role, we can't be successful. So they're all important if they're playing.
Yeah. So I'm going to go down the list with some of the players you mentioned. Jack Slaughter, you said he's playing a new role this year, playing point guard. So talk about that and how you expect him to fit into the team this year.
Yeah. So previously, they lost 4 starters off last year's team, and they played a tight rotation. You know, in a very successful team. So his role last year was more of a defender and a off-the-ball guard. So he's having to take on a new role. He's got to be the quarterback of the team now. You know, he's the point guard. He's got to get us in sets.
Yeah, he does.
You know, he's got to be the extension of me out there.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes we butt heads because he's not. But,
right, definitely.
You know, but he's got to be that guy. So for him, and then TC, he's really probably our, you know, go-to guy offensively, and you know he probably played limited minutes last year.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm very comfortable with them in the roles that they're in, and I'm confident, you know, that we're going to be very competitive.
Yeah, so it says here Brandon he's a shooter.
Brandon.
So talk about, you know, his shooting capability and how that can be an asset to this team.
Well, I told people before the season starts is like, you know, we don't have a lot of experience, and we're not very deep, but our pieces fit well together.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So their strengths and weaknesses go well together. You know, like TC's a driver and a slasher and I call it bully ball kind of guy, you know, and Brandon's a shooter and you know, a spot up guy that can, you know, fill it up if you leave him open.
Definitely. It'll add up from 3.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. So it says you've got a guy here that stands at 6'5", Gage Mills. Talk about Gage, and you know he's a little different because you know size and that type of height in the league that you play in, that could be dangerous. Talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, Gage is a sophomore. He doesn't have a lot of game experience, so he's still learning the game. He got 0 playing time last year, and really is just starting to come into his own, you know, as a player.
Yeah.
He's going to get better throughout the season, and, you know, I'm very proud of, you know, he loves it. He wants to be better. He wants to get better, and, you know, hopefully we continue down the path that he's on, you know.
Yeah, and what are some games on the schedule this year with all those assets that we just talked about that you're really circling that you guys can really perform? Obviously, every game is a big game, but are there any that stick out to you?
The next game.
The next game? You know, that's the
always
typical
the next
coach's
game
answer.
For me. I mean, I try not to worry about too far ahead. I'm worried about community on Friday, honestly. You know, like they're all big to me.
Yeah.
And that's the way I want them to be.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, Coach, you know, you can't ignore the fact that you got to play Hampshire, you got to play Culleoka. Talk about just playing some local teams and, you know, the rivalry aspect of that. I mean, it's kind of unavoidable. Talk about that.
For sure. I mean, you know, anytime you play somebody in the same county that's a small school, you want to win. You know, they want to win. It's just a matter of, you know, who's going to be the best on that day. But even more importantly is your district record, right? Like you want to have the top district record so that when tournament time comes around, you have the easiest path to get where you want to go. And if your goal isn't to get to the glass house, you know, then why are we playing? You know?
Right.
So,
right.
That's our goal, you know. Every year we've been 2 years in a row, and just because we lost some starters doesn't mean we don't want to get back.
Right. It's the same expectation. So, talk to me about, you know, maintaining that expectation throughout the season. You know, whether losing or winning. You know, the expectation is to get to Murfreesboro. How are you going to kind of reiterate that throughout the season to your team?
Again, I just go back to let's worry about the next game. You know, we all know the end goal, but if we worry about the next game, that's how we're going to be successful. If we worry about, you know, in our district this year, you have Eagleville, and they're obviously probably favored to either win the state, but for sure go to the state. You know, that's a tough task for any of us in the district with them.
Yeah.
But again, we can't get wrapped up in, hey, we got to beat Eagleville. We got to beat the next game. next guy on the schedule, and then we'll worry about Eagleville when it gets here.
Yeah. So, do you know anything about Community? What do you expect in that game?
I don't know a lot about them. I know I'm pretty sure they have a new coach. So, I know they, are usually a competitive team, and I think they're AA. So, we expect it to be a battle, but we're going there to try to win just like we did Tuesday night. So.
Yeah. Are there any players out there at the next level or athletes that you want your athletes on your team to kind of look up to out there on the court, or just in general how they carry themselves as leaders out there?
Well, I think they all had a great, example from Alden, who just left in Macon. They were both great kids, great leaders, but more than anything, they were dogs. Like they wanted to do whatever it took to win, and they were going 100%, whether it was offense, defense. So I think that helped these kids tremendously, getting better and understanding what it takes to get where you want to go. So I think they have had very strong people to look at, just from Santa Fe.
Yeah.
I would say those guys.
Yeah, and how important is it to have an example like that of an Auden Slaughter, Macon, that's going to play at the next level that these guys can model their games after, but also, you as a coach can reference those guys and say, hey, this is the standard player-wise, not team-wise, but player-wise. If you want to get to where they are, you got to play and do the things that they do. Speak to that a little bit, because, the players always want to get to the next level and play college, play NBA. How do you keep your players grounded with that?
You want kids to have their dreams, and if you're willing to work hard enough, I believe that you can do anything that you put your mind to. So I'm not saying that, but in the same sense, 0.001% is going to make the NBA.
Right.
So focus on the next game. Focus on just being the best player that you can be, and if that happens, it's going to fall in place. But I always say if you think you could be doing more, you could be doing more.
Yeah. Definitely.
Work harder. So
definitely. So, Coach, before I let you go, what is one theme you think is going to be the biggest theme for your team this year in Santa Fe?
Well, our saying is one. So we want to be one heartbeat. We want to be one team. We want to have one. We want to go one possession at a time, one game at a time. So I would say our theme is exactly that. Just be a group that cares only about winning.
Yeah.
Don't care about stats. Don't care about. I even told the team today, it's like if we get that W, that's the stat that matters.
Right.
I don't care how many you had. I don't care anything about the stats as long as the stat line is a W. So.
Right. Yeah. That sounds like a plan, Coach. Thank you, Coach Jeremy Slaughter. Join us up here on the panel. Santa Fe boys basketball taking on Community on Friday. We're going to talk to some players on the other side of this break.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wallcover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. We offer a variety of paint and wallcovering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Come visit us at our Columbia location or our new Spring Hill location behind Church of the City, or visit us online at paintcolumbia.com.
Welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone, home cooked by Puckett's Restaurant. We just talked to Santa Fe's boys basketball coach, Jeremy Slaughter. Now we've got two players. We got TC Brady, raise your hand, TC. And we got Jack Slaughter down there on the far end. Guys, I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked every player up here. How does it feel to get the season started, TC?
I'm really excited. Last year, I didn't play that much. I was like 6th and 7th man, and it just feels good to play.
Yeah. Jax, how does it feel?
It feels great. I've started many, 2 years, but it's a whole new team, so it's going to feel good.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm just going to get straight to the point. Jax, is there any games on the schedule that you're really excited about this year?
I mean, biggest is probably Holyoke and Eagleville. Holyoke is district, and then so is region is Eagleville.
Yeah. TC, what games are you circling on the calendar?
Definitely Coley and Eagleville. I feel like we know everybody from Coley, and I feel like we just got to beat Eagleville for our last year seniors.
Yeah.
Kind of get that get back.
Speak to that get back, and playing for such a storied team now, a lot of accomplished players playing for Santa Fe. TC, what does it mean to you to put on the Santa Fe across your chest?
Means a lot. I'm really good friends with the past seniors, and I feel like we got to play good for them and ourselves and our whole community.
Yeah, Jax, what does it mean to you to wear that Wildcat jersey?
I mean, it means a lot. It's great.
Yeah, and it comes with a high expectation, especially when your coach said the goal is to get to Murfreesboro. So, Jax, tell the folks out there your play style, what you do to help this team win.
I mean, I'm playing point guard this year. And last year and the years before that, I've been playing guard, just not getting the ball that much. But this year, I'm controlling the ball.
Yeah. And TC, tell the folks out here what you do to help Santa Fe win.
I definitely got to play defense while I'm coming out the game. But I feel like I'm pretty good at scoring. That's my main thing, but we just got to D up and get boards.
Yeah. And, with that, is there any players at the NBA level or any athletes that you look up to that you kind of model your game after? This is your chance to kind of plug yourself.
Definitely Kevin Durant and Bron.
Those are two? Mm-hmm. So I got to ask you, like I asked the other guys, if Bron and KD are your answers, then who is your basketball GOAT, TC?
Probably Bron.
Bron is TC's basketball GOAT. Jax, who do you kind of model your game after at the next level, and who's your GOAT as well?
I try to make my GOAT is Michael Jordan.
Good answer.
But I really like Peyton Pritchard on the Celtics is what I try to be like.
Yeah, and Peyton Pritchard, full disclosure, is one of my favorite players too. He's a championship player, plays his role extremely well. TC, I want to ask, who inspires you to go out there and be a great player for Santa Fe, great leader for the school?
Definitely Alden. He was my best friend before he left. We got pretty close, and I just feel like he worked with me a lot during the summer, and that's just kind of who I play on the offensive end.
Yeah. And Jax, who inspires you to be a good player and also just to be a good leader?
My dad, really, coach.
Yeah. Plain and simple, your coach. Guys, talk to me about the unit school dynamic. Smaller school, Jax, firstly. How does it give us an insight into what it's like to be at Santa Fe School?
I mean, everybody knows each other. I came from Heritage, which is bigger than my school now, so it's a lot different, but I've gotten used to it.
Yeah. TC, what's it like, unit school life? What's it like?
You know everybody. I've been here since the 2nd grade.
Yeah.
So I got pretty used to it. So.
Yeah, and I asked the Hampshire players this. Santa Fe's a little bit bigger than Hampshire, but what do you guys do in your free time? TC, what do you like to do off the court?
Hoop.
Hoop? So you're just a hoop. In the dictionary, It says Hooper, TC Brady is the definition?
Yep.
All right. Jax, what do you like to do?
I mean, I do the same, but I also play like video games like 2K and stuff like that.
So I got to ask, you open the 2K can of worms. What team do you play with on 2K?
Celtics.
Celtics, TC, you're giving that. What's your opinion on that?
Golden State Warriors, Curry's broken.
Yeah, okay, so if anybody wants a 2K matchup, I think this is brewing right here. Maybe we can set that up on Puckett's on a Wednesday night, one night. Guys, I want to talk, about the next level. Your coach up here just talked about, the expectation to be a state championship type team, make it to Murfreesboro. But I think you guys probably want to play at the next level. TC, what do you think is going to be a key for you to get to that next level?
Getting faster. Just getting in the gym, putting up shots every day. Definitely working out. Just feel like getting better at what I'm already good at or what I'm not that good at would just help me get to that next level.
Yeah. Jax, what do you think can help you get to that next level?
I mean, I'm only 5'8", so I think quickness, dribbling, and all that, shooting is big key.
Yeah. So I want to give you guys an opportunity. TC first, your PSA to the Santa Fe faithful, the community. Tell them to come out to games. What do you got to tell to them?
It's a good game, and we play hard. So,
Jax, what do you got to say to the Santa Fe community out there?
Just that y'all need to come watch us and come and support.
Sounds easy enough. We got TC Brady and we got Jack Slaughter here. Thank you guys for joining me on the panel. Good luck this week against community. Coach said the next important game is the next game, so that's very important. We're going to talk to the girls from Santa Fe on the other side of this break. Thank you, TC, and thank you, Jax.
Discover Prime and Pint in downtown Columbia, where great food meets great company. Join us for weekly specials. Tuesday is Texas Tuesday with a rotating menu that gives back to local causes. Wednesday is half-off burgers and pints all day long. And on Thursday, don't miss our prime rib dinner carved fresh by our chef. Make your night memorable at Prime and Pint, 105 East 6th Street, Columbia. Prime and Pint Butchery and Public House.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Tonight's Front Porch Sports Network coverage is brought to you by TriStar Elevator, Middle Tennessee's trusted full-service elevator company based right here in Columbia. From maintenance to repairs to modernization and new installations, TriStar Elevator keeps commercial and residential elevators running safely and smoothly. With over 45 years of experience and a commitment to fast, reliable service, they're the hometown team you can count on. TriStar Elevator, raising the standard in elevator care. Call 931-797-0329 or visit TriStarElevatorTN.com.
The Way Realty is helping to empower buyers and sellers to accomplish their real estate goals. Currently, we have sellers offering buy-down rates to 4.875% fixed-rate financing on selected homes through approved lenders. If you want to buy or sell your home faster, let us show you the many services we offer to help you get the most out of your real estate transaction. Schedule your listing or showing appointment today by going to thewayrealty.com or calling us at 931-580-4669. And remember, Jesus Christ changes lives. I know because He changed mine.
At Umamua MD, Spring Hill's newest physician-led med spa, it's about restoring balance to your body, mind, and soul. From weight loss support, revitalizing IV therapies, to anti-aging, our services are designed to help you feel renewed, confident, and whole. At Umamua MD, consults with our medical director ensure safe and personalized results. Book today at umamd.com and step forward radiant, restored, and confident.
And welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone. We've reached our final segment of the night, and we got some special ladies from Santa Fe. We got Kendall Massey. Kendall, raise your hand. We got Nora Kate Butt, also known as NK, as she told me before we went live on air. Ladies, I want to talk to you both about the excitement ahead of the season. NK, first, how are you feeling ahead of the season? And you already got one game under your belt.
I was really
Looking forward to it to start, and I think that our team is kind of calmed down now that we've started.
Yeah.
We're really nervous. We're really young and have a lot of new players that have never played before. So I think that last night's game built our confidence for the rest of the season.
Sounds good. And Kendall, talk about, the season. It's already started. The nerves are a little bit gone, but they're still kind of here. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely the nerves were there last night. Honestly, I thought we started off really good, though, to be so nervous. We started off on a pretty good run, and last night, even though we lost, we went into overtime, and I think it just made us really confident for the remainder of the season.
That's good. So, Kendall, tell the folks out here what you do to help Santa Fe win ball games.
I'm our point guard, so I handle the ball a lot. I have to be smart.
Yeah.
I have to see the whole court at all times. Low turnover ratio. I'm also a scorer, definitely a shooter.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
So
that's good. NK, what do you do?
Me and Kendall both are leaders of the team. We're captains, so we see the floor and help the other girls kind of like figure it out and lead them. And I'm also a lead scorer of the team, and me and Kendall work together to lead the team.
Good. It seems like you guys have a good relationship as leaders on the team. Kendall, are there any games that you're kind of focused on this year? Any ones that maybe you're circling on your calendar?
Definitely our district games. We kind of have a get back looking at Eagleville from last year. They beat us pretty much every time they played us last year, but I think this year is definitely our time to come back at them because last year they weren't in our district, but since they're in our district this year, it's definitely our time to come back at them.
Yeah, and all the panels up here that play Eagleville, they've all said that Eagleville is going to be a tough out, but they're all excited. NK, what teams are you looking forward to playing against?
Forward to all the district games. They're really important, and I feel like we have a really good chance of making it to the championship. So I'm really excited for the district games. And Cornersville, even though they're not in our district, they're a really big rival, and we've just been so close to beating them so many times. And so I'm looking forward to getting another chance at them.
Yeah. Kendall, speak to the unit school dynamic from your experience and how cool it is to be a part of a small community but a big community that's really together.
Yeah. I grew up in Santa Fe. I've been going here ever since kindergarten. My mom's a kindergarten teacher at Santa Fe. So just growing up in that environment is just a great experience. Having so much supporters throughout all of your school years. I mean, no matter what. And just knowing everyone that goes there. I mean, I think it just kind of calms you down a little bit when you go to school. You're not too scared of anything. You know everyone that's going to be there. You have good relationships with your teachers, your coaches. And I just think overall it's a great environment.
Yeah. And NK, talk about that a little bit, and also talk about your jacket that you have on and what you represent there at Santa Fe.
So I started going to Santa Fe in 6th grade. So I didn't grow up there, but my mom went to school there, and she's also a teacher. And my siblings, one of them graduated, but my younger sister goes there too. So it's kind of just a cool experience to see everybody in the hallway. You're walking down the hall and you see the kindergartners. That's just not normal, And basketball wise, I mean, the environment, the student section, we have the best. Shout out to Pep Club.
Shout out Pep Club.
We have the best student section, and they make the environment really hype, and it really helps us builds the adrenaline, and so it's really fun to play in our gym especially.
That's really cool. So, ladies, who inspire you? Kendall first. Who inspires you to do what you do on the court? And is there anybody you look up to athlete-wise that inspires you as well?
I'd definitely say my dad. He's always pretty much been my coach ever since I picked up a basketball. He definitely thinks he's a key role in the player that I am today. So big shout out to him. And athletes, definitely one of the big ones, Caitlin Clark.
You said shooter earlier, so I kind of expected that.
She's definitely made a name for herself in a very short amount of time. And just the leader that she is on the court, that's just really inspiring to me.
Yeah. And NK, who inspires you to do what you do, to go out there and be a leader for Santa Fe? And what are some athletes that you look up to as well?
So who inspires me is definitely my parents. They just the amount of like time and effort that they've poured into me as an athlete. They really inspire me, and I want to do good for them and make them proud and the community.
Yeah.
Athlete-wise, definitely Steph Curry.
Yeah.
He's my favorite, been my favorite. But girl and WNBA-wise is definitely the three. What are they? Tres Leches. Caitlin Clark, Sophie, and Lexi. And we really relate to them at Santa Fe. You know, me, Kendall, and Addison. So they're some of my favorites to watch play.
Yeah, that's really cool. So talk about what there is to do in Santa Fe and what you like to do off the court, Kendall.
Off the court, I mean, I'm a multi-sport athlete, play volleyball and softball outside of basketball.
Yeah.
So every day I have some kind of practice, some kind of game, so definitely busy.
Yeah.
And I'm in a lot of clubs at school too, so a lot of extracurricular activities.
NK, what do you like to do off the court?
Well, I don't have a lot of free time because I'm kind of the same as Kendall, you know, always doing something, involved in a lot of stuff with the community. Our family goes to the lake a lot, so I like going to the lake. And then I also have a job. I'm a vet assistant, and so I really pour into that side of my life. I just want to go to school to be a vet. So
yeah. Sounds good. So Kendall, NK kind of already told us what she wanted to do. What do you want to do with your future, and what are some of your goals?
Right now, I'm not too sure. I know I want to go into healthcare. And right now, I'm kind of looking at going to college to play softball. And I think that's where I'm headed right now.
Yeah.
Basketball is still definitely in my life, but I think I'm just headed a little bit more towards the softball area.
Yeah, and NK, just talk a little bit more about what your future holds for yourself.
I really want to get into UT, go Vols. That's just my dream school. So that's just really what I'm working towards right now, school-wise.
So goals back on the basketball court. Kendall, what is your biggest goal for this Santa Fe team?
Definitely to become the best leader that I possibly can. I know sometimes my teammates probably hate me because they think I'm just mad at them all the time, but really I love all of them, and I just want to be the best leader that I can be for them, and just for them to know that I'm there to support them and just to be by their side no matter when.
Yeah, and NK, same question for you. What do you think?
Bouncing off what Kendall said is we do get on our teammates a lot, but it's just they're so young and so new. It's a little hard to keep our cool and not get frustrated, you know. But I think we're learning, and I think we're getting better. We are. It's just very frustrating at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Goal-wise, I just really think that we have a good chance of being district championship or district champions, and so that's our big goal this season.
And I asked the guys this question. I got to get the ladies' input. Kendall first, who do you think is the GOAT of basketball?
I'm going to have to go MJ.
Good answer. NK, who do you think is the GOAT of basketball?
I got to go Steph Curry. I can't go against my man.
You know, that's been a common answer. Both of those have been common answers on this panel from middle school players and high school players. Kendall, Massey, and Norke, but we thank you for joining the panel. Appreciate you all. Good luck in your next game, the Santa Fe Lady Wildcats up here on the panel. This is the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone. We just talked to Santa Fe boys and girls basketball. We're going to take a great break and close this show out.
Is your internet slowing you down? It's time for an upgrade. Whether you're at home, working from your home office, or at your business, it's time to unleash the speed you need with speeds up to 1 gig at CPWS for as low as $70 a month. Give us a call, 931-375-7777. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
And welcome back to the Maury County Public Schools Sports Zone. Here we are about to close this game out. And Drake is going to come up here and join me as we enter our last segment. Just kind of recap what we do here on Wednesday nights for the Front Porch Sports Network and WKM Radio. It's been a great night to kick off our basketball season. We get to feature all the schools that we didn't see during football season. You know, Santa Fe, Culleoka, and Hampshire, they don't have football teams, so this is the first introduction to a lot of the great athletes that they have. A lot of them play multiple sports, so it's not like they're not good athletically. They might be better than some of the schools that have football, if we're being completely honest.
Hey, Cully was good back in the day.
Yeah, there's definitely light to be shed on all of the athletes that were up here on this panel today. They are very talented. So, Drake, tell folks what to be on the lookout as far as this show in the future.
Well, next time we do the show, we will have the 4 big public school high schools. That'll be Columbia Central, Spring Hill, Mount Pleasant, and Battle Creek. Be on the lookout for that. And we'll be doing the unit schools again the week after that. Hopefully, Culleoka will be here to join us as well. And expect the same format, but a little bit different. We're going to have the Player of the Week thing really up and going next time we have this show. This week is more of trial and error because we're getting used to the change of sport season. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be a whole new batch of trivia questions. And
credit to me. We got one more, by the way. We're going to stay tuned. We're going to say that at the end of this. That'll be our close. Drake, tell them where they can find us on social media as well.
Well, you can find us on the Front Porch Sports Network's Facebook and Instagram page, both on there. You can also find us on X and several other platforms. We're on YouTube with Kennedy Broadcasting.
And tell them what we do that's special on our Instagram, Drake.
Well, on our Instagram, we do exclusive interviews with players from the show, from the games. Some of the best players. We do post-game interviews, and you can only find those on the Front Porch Sports Network's Instagram and the WKOM Instagram.
And a large reason why I like to do that and add a little splash to what our game coverage is. I was a sideline reporter at Belmont, and it gives experience for those players that may want to go to the next level. You might get grabbed for a post-game interview, and even in a win, even in a loss, you got to be prepared for those type of things. So it gives the athletes reps as well.
Exactly, and I was an interviewer myself, just in the music in the music field. I interviewed several musical artists in the country and barbershop music genres. But sports is just so much fun to do.
Yeah, it is. And while we're at this point in the show, Drake, tell everybody about the Player of the Week polls and where to find them, and also what they're about, why we do them.
Well, the Player of the Week poll is exclusive to Facebook. That is the only place you'll be able to find it and vote. It's on Facebook only, on the Front Porch Sports Network Facebook page. And the reason we do that is we like to be able to recognize some of the great athletes here in Maury County, the ones that make some of the great plays that keep the games going, or game-changing plays, anything like that. Several winners we've had include Stanley Williams Jr. from Battle Creek.
Daniel Booker
is another good one.
We had a lot of winners from Mount Pleasant, and it got to the point where we were about to rename it to the Mount Pleasant Player of the Week Award. No, I'm just kidding. But, the Mount Pleasant community really rallied around their players and voted for them. So we expect the same from the Culleokas, the Santa Fe's, the Hampshires to rally around their players when they get nominated, definitely for sure.
Exactly, and get everyone to vote. I swear, it is not a popularity contest. It is a contest of who can get the most votes. So get your mom, your dad, your friend's friend, your great grandmother, everybody, get them all to vote.
Right. And okay, so Drake, I'm going to announce our Player of the Week for this week. She is not here, and then I'm going to have you read trivia question number 3, and we're going to close this sucker out. This week's Player of the Week is Kendall Reishman from Culleoka, the Lady Warriors basketball team. She had 27 points and 12 rebounds in their game against Forest last night.
Wow.
So congratulations to her, our first Player of the Week. And Drake, take it away with question number 3. The swag bag is yours. Come up here and give us the correct answer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for our final trivia question of the night. How long has Ted's Sporting Goods been in Columbia?
How many years?
How many years
has Ted's?
Either tell us how many years or give us the year.
Either one works. Either one
Either
works.
one.
Correct answer here, and this swag bag is yours. 50. It is not 50. It's actually more than 50. It's more than 50. Still, the correct answer is out there. The correct answer is out there. Come up here and give us the right answer. We got TC Brady up here. Oh, TC Brady says 60. It's not 60.
It's not 60.
It's not 60.
Not 60.
It's not 60. It's higher than that. It's higher than that.
It's higher.
It's higher than that.
Keep going up.
Keep going up. We got Kendall up here. 75. It's not 75 either.
Almost.
It's almost 75. 70.
There it is.
NK with the correct guess.
Ted's,
give us some context on what Ted's is.
Ted's Sporting Goods opened in 1955 here in Columbia. It was originally named Ted's Army Supply.
Yeah.
But they do local sports goods here in town. They're just right down the street here on the square. And yeah, they've got a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah, I am an avid shopper at Ted's.
Yeah.
I like Ted's.
Well, I try to, but they're closed every time I go.
So without further ado, Drake, send us out of here from Puckett's Restaurant.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for being here tonight. Those who have joined us on the radio on 101.7 FM or on stream on Facebook, YouTube, or X. And for all of you folks here at Puckett's, so thankful to have you all here. And for all that were here earlier, for Landon Seacrest and myself, this is Drake Pugh signing off.